Hey everybody, look, a nice fountain. Wow, it's definitely an interesting change of pace to go be walking around this area at this hour when the sun is mostly gone and the weather is well as it is. But yeah, well, I mean, that's what happens in the winter. Like I said previously, the days are getting shorter and the nights are getting longer. Hold on, let me just get rid of this clock over here. Now, I do realize that yesterday's episode was a bit messy. There was a problem with the camera, the main camera that is, the camera that's recording my ugly face. I have no idea what happened. It was just, it was weird. Like, the image was frozen for a few seconds and then it just kept on going, then it was frozen again. So, again, I have no idea why that happened, how that happened. Maybe it's a problem with the camera. Maybe it was a one-time thing. Maybe the camera's just getting old, even though it's brand new. Still, I'm gonna record a couple more episodes with this camera just to see if this problem persists. And if it does, well, might have to consider getting a new one. However, as I mentioned in yesterday's episode, through writing mostly, the audio and the actual gameplay of yesterday's episode survived. It's a good thing that I'm recording the audio and the gameplay on a separate device, which is the phone, as opposed to just relying on the audio of the camera. Now this camera's been pretty much a bit of a problem from day one, starting with the buzzing, humming noise that it has in the background, which makes it impossible for me to actually rely on the camera's audio, which is why everything you hear right now, all the audio is basically coming out of the phone, as opposed to the camera, that is. And that's basically the main reason why there was still an episode yesterday, because the audio was okay. It wasn't damaged in any way, so it worked. Anyways, where am I going? Yes, as per usual, I'm going to lunch with my dad. In the last couple of weeks, he actually picked me up in his car, but right now, I'm going on foot, which gives me a wonderful opportunity to do an episode, because otherwise there probably wouldn't be one today. Obviously, I mean, it's a bit of a moot point at this point, but I overslept again. But see, the thing is, after I finished the episode last night, I went back to edit it, and just fell asleep on the couch for a couple of hours. Like hours, not a couple of minutes. I just fell asleep on the couch for a couple of hours. Woke up in the middle of the night, couldn't really fall asleep again. Had to wait until I can get tired enough to fall asleep. Since I've got some time, let's battle this metagross. I mean, no easy task, to be sure, but it's gonna take me a while to get to the other side of this courthouse. And this courthouse is massive! So, yeah. I'm gonna spend my time doing this. Now, yeah, as I've mentioned, I fell asleep on the couch last night and just couldn't go back to sleep until much later that night. I was still tired, but I wasn't sleepy, if it makes any sense to you. I hope so, because it doesn't make sense to me. Still, eventually I went to sleep, and I woke up a couple of hours ago. Me and my dad had scheduled to meet earlier today, but his schedule kind of overlapped, which kind of meant that he could only meet me right now. We only just now arrived at the place where we normally have lunch. That's why I'm going there right now. Things were different and he would have been done with his business earlier, I would have been... Oh, this Tyrannosaurus Fire Blast? That's useful, because it's weak to steel. So yeah, that's very good. Anyways, so yeah, if things would have been different, I would have been here much earlier, but things being what they are, I can only show up right now. Anyways, I probably kept him waiting long enough, even before I decided to battle a Metagross in the middle of the day. Get Marlene here. But yeah, now we're going to have some lunch. We're gonna do some work because he's still giving me some work to do for his business. Obviously, he pays me, and you know, in the age of unemployment, I consider that a blessing. But also, in addition to that, we also put a little bit of time aside to try to develop my project, the Pokemon Star and Cross project that I'm working on. It's been a tremendous help so far, and I've really made some pretty significant progress on that project. Just haven't actually had time to write it all down, but I will. I mean, I wrote most of it down, and I am planning to write the rest of it today. Hopefully with his help and his special input. But that's it for the project itself. I have now made it. This is where my dad works right now. I mean, it's not like his job. He's just using the place to promote his. It's complicated. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it on camera because it's bad form. I think it's bad form to just reveal someone else's details on camera. So, oh, what's up? Nice, friendly guy. Anyway, yeah, I'll talk to you guys in just a few minutes. Maybe not a few minutes, but later tonight. This is just part one of this episode, and we really didn't talk about anything too significant. So I'll try to find something else to talk about by the time I get to the second half of this episode. See you guys then. Okay, so here we are then. It's late. It's late at night. Well, I mean, not too late. Just later than when I started this episode. I went to the thing. Me and my dad had some late lunch, which kind of felt more like dinner. But yeah, we had something to eat. Neither of us had anything to eat all day, so it was much needed. But then we did some work. Nice, good work. And I've also talked a little bit. Exchanged some ideas about my project. He's been a tremendous help ever since I started to kind of loop him into the whole thing and tell him about what it is I'm doing. The unfortunate thing is he still doesn't quite 100% understand all the rules and just basic things about Pokemon, but it's okay. I was planning to have him over at my place, kind of explain to him all the different intricacies and the basic rule book of Pokemon, but we just didn't really have time today. He had a meeting at a different part of the I don't know if it's a different part of the city or if it's just another city, but yeah, the important thing is he was late. He was supposed to meet someone for business purposes, I believe. I don't know, but yeah, we couldn't we couldn't meet up at my place. It's all right. He has suggested that we try talking about it over Zoom or Blue Jeans or whatever it is people use these days to communicate from one place to another via computers. Like, there's so many different options these days, and it's a tremendous help, with the whole lockdown thing. One of these days, hold on, these 4 buildings behind me will be added to the map. Right over here. Hold on. Right over here. This area. One of these days, these 4 buildings behind me will be added to the map. More importantly, I actually have a nice shortcut through the buildings to the mall, instead of having to walk all the way over here, which just makes things longer. Not that I'm complaining, of course. I mean, more walking means more mileage with this guy. It helps with the with eggs that need to be hatched. So yeah, it's not all bad. Speaking of eggs that need to be hatched, how much longer till I hatch the one I currently have? Almost about 7 kilometers. There's no way I'm walking 7 kilometers in less than 40 minutes. The reason I say 40 minutes is because at around 10, all of the Team Go Rocket leaders disappear. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. Hey, I got my 50 coins for the day. How nice. This is what I meant to click. See, all of these are Team Go Rocket leaders, and they are currently occupying Pokestops all over the city. At about 10 o'clock, all of them are gone. They disappear for about, I don't know, 4 hours, I think. I mean, I don't know. I usually tend to open up this thing at about 2 o'clock, and they're all back. At 2 a.m., that is. That's what I meant to say. So yeah, there's no chance I'm gonna be able to beat all of them by 10 o'clock, so I guess I'll just have to say that for tomorrow. Sorry, did I say beat all of them? I meant hatch the strange egg and be ready to receive another egg by 10 o'clock. Yeah, that's not gonna happen today, unfortunately. Oh well. Might find some other interesting stuff to do. First of all, it looks like it's about to rain in a few hours. So it's a good thing that I'm out here at this hour. Just before the rain starts, because I really wouldn't want to be caught in the rain still recording this. Should probably just walk all the way to the end of the mall plaza over there and come back. Yeah, that seems like a reasonable walking distance for an episode, that is. Anyways, going back to the conversation I had earlier with my dad, he kind of helped me with something that I was struggling with. The legendary Islamic Pokémon. Not the actual one, but this little idea that I had for all the legendary ones. The 3 main box art legendaries, that is. Because I decided that one represents Judaism, another one represents Christianity, and the third one represents Islam. And I'm still sticking to that idea. But I also decided that each of them will have 2 guardians to kind of oversee the region in their absence. It's all part of the this story, this backstory, this Bible almost biblical story that I came up with for the legendaries. But let's just say that, long story short, the 3 legendaries, 3 box art legendaries, went to sleep. They went dormant to preserve their power, and they only come out when it's absolutely necessary for them to do so. And they decided to have these 6 guardians to kind of oversee everything in their absence. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should make it 7 guardians. 2 for each one, and 1 to kind of unite them all. That way, okay, maybe I'll, so many ideas running through my head right now. My head is about to explode. But anyways, so yeah, I decided that the 2 for the Judaism part, the Jewish Pokemon, are going to be specifically based on Noah from the Noah's Ark storyline. The Noah's Ark story from the Bible. And the second one will be based on Abraham, another character from the Bible, which I believe is also Noah's great something great grandson or something. Yeah, I can't remember the exact number, but he's a direct descendant of Noah. So that should be interesting. Gonna challenge this gym. This time. Oh no! Why are you going with Aggron? That's a terrible idea. Hold on. Don't I have a good Psychic type? Wow, I really need to heal up some Pokemon. Let's go with Giratina, but I want to still have Aggron in here. Okay, for the heart thing, the whole battle with your Pokemon thing. Let's just hope this throw doesn't have a dark type move, and we're all good. There's very little that I think Roselia can actually do against us. Sorry, Roserade. Not Roselia, Roserade. Anyways, so going back to my ideas, I decided that the Noah Pokemon, more specifically Noah's Ark, is going to be a giant whale, and it's going to be the largest Pokemon in existence, even bigger than Wailord. Because, you know, records are there to be broken, am I right? So it's going to be sort of a combination of Wailord and Kyogre, but much bigger. It's similar to Kyogre. It's also going to be based on the Leviathan from the Bible, but it's also going to kind of be a reference to the prophet Jonah, who was swallowed up by a whale while at sea, which I'm pretty sure might have actually inspired the story of Pinocchio in a little bit, in a way, because Geppetto also was swallowed by a whale. So yeah, that's my idea. Oh, he's using Zen Headbutt. That's why this thing called out Eggman, because it's not very effective. I get it now. Maybe I should learn to trust this game a little more. Anyways, so yeah, I decided that it's going to be a gigantic whale, but it's also going to kind of resemble a giant boat or an ark, which, you know, it's a reference to Noah's Ark. It's going to be water and grass type. First of all, I love this type combination, and it kind of bums me out. Oh, of course, Victini. Why did I forget about Victini? I could have just used Victini. Anyways, it kind of bums me out that there's only one Pokemon family right now in the game that is water and grass, and that's the Ludicolo line. Great Pokemon with a lot of really interesting concepts and a lot of interesting inspirations, but again, it's only one Pokemon. And given the fact that water and grass go pretty much hand in hand with each other, it's a miracle that we never actually got a water and grass Pokemon after Ludicolo. It's amazing that there aren't more Pokemon like that. Kind of like Torterra. Torterra, by the way, again, maybe I should have looked this up prior to talking about it, but I think Torterra is the only grass and ground type Pokemon in the game. One thing I am 100% sure about is Empoleon, currently the only water and steel type. It's kind of shocking that they haven't actually made a submarine Pokemon yet. But don't worry, it's not something that I'm going to try and tackle. I don't really have a concept for a submarine Pokemon that fits well with my region at the moment. Maybe I'll think about it later, but and maybe I'll also think of a logical way where a submarine Pokemon actually fits an Israeli Pokemon region. But again, it's a long time down the road, and I'm not really thinking about it right now. Right now, as I mentioned, I'm thinking about the whole Noah's Ark. It's going to be a whale mixed with the Ark, and it kind of has wood-like patterns, which kind of reference the grass typing. Obviously, it's going to be water type because it's a whale, and it's supposed to symbolize the flood from the Bible. But also, another reason for the grass typing is it's going to have olive trees all over it, on its back, similar to how Gigantamax Snorlax has a tree growing on its belly, and other types of shrubbery on its body. Yeah, similar to that idea. It's going to have olive trees all over it because, well, in the story of Noah's Ark, after I can't remember how many days the flood was for. I mean, I haven't actually looked into that story in a while, but yeah, it was for several days. The whole world was covered in water, and once the flood itself was over, Noah sent out a white dove. Was it a white pigeon? What's the difference between a pigeon and a dove? I always wonder that. Is a pigeon the male of the species and a dove the female? Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. So yeah, he sent out a white dove to look to see if there's any land. After the first day, she came back with nothing, which kind of indicated that there's nothing to find. On the second day, she came back with an olive branch to say that, hey, the land is starting to come back out again. The trees are coming back out. Here is proof of that. And it's a concept that's been used in a lot of different media, even in Pokemon itself. In the episode where Ash and friends were lost at sea, Ash sent out Pidgeotto to see if there's any signs of life anywhere near them, and for some reason it came back with Team Rocket, but we don't talk about that. But yeah, also in Wall-E, I believe that's one of the concepts behind Wall-E. They sent Ava back to Earth to see if there's anything growing and she came back with a plant growing inside a shoe. So yeah, that's very symbolism. Also, I mean, the olive branch is a universal symbol for peace, because it symbolizes the peace that has been restored between God and the humans. You know, because God was angry at the humans for pretty much wrecking the planet, and so that's why he created a flood, sort of get rid of all the bad stuff, and he chose to only leave humanity with Noah and his sons. And I believe their girlfriends, because obviously they had to repopulate the earth somehow. But yeah, so that's a common symbol for peace. And yeah, so the Noah's Ark Pokemon is going to be a giant whale that kind of looks a little bit like Noah's Ark, and it's going to have a lot of olive trees growing on it. Now, as for the Abraham Pokemon, which, by the way, founded this city, the city that I'm in right now, Beersheba, best city in the world, by the way. But, oops, my Torterra is almost, yep, it's gone. Fortunately for me, Nidoking is super equipped to deal with a Tyranitar. Anyway, so the concept I have for Abraham is a dragon-like goat. Even before I came up with any ideas for the legendary Pokemon, I already knew well in advance that I wanted to have Abraham represented in this game, but I also wanted Abraham to be a dragon, because it's well documented that Abraham was one of the richest human beings who lived at the time, and you know, dragons hoard a lot of gold, and I thought I don't know, I just thought it made sense for him to be represented as a dragon. And I also wanted him to be represented as a goat of some kind. It's kind of a goat-like dragon, which is something that's being used in a lot of different types of media lately. I think I saw... Oops, I think it's starting to rain. Better start going back. Oh no, and the game is stuck. Anyways, yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, I want the Abraham Pokemon to be a goatish dragon with a beard, because, you know, Abraham is primarily depicted as having a long flowing beard, and also beard is a sign of age, but also wisdom. So yeah, I want all these different symbolisms to represent Abraham. What is up with this game? Seriously. Oh, okay, finally. Where was I? Okay, I think I'm gonna leave this gym alone for a bit. Damn it, all the gyms in this area are taken. Never mind. Yeah, I want it to be dragon, but I also want it to be fairy, because it symbolizes the angel that showed up and told him not to kill his son. I put a lot of thought into it, okay? So Abraham's going to be a dragon goat that's also a fairy. Also, I mean, dragon fairy, time combination that you can't really get anymore, because the only dragon fairy in the game is Mega Altaria, which is a Pokemon you can't really get anymore because Megas are no longer in the Gen 8 game. Maybe they'll bring them back, maybe not, but as it currently stands, you can't get a dragon and fairy Pokemon, and I wanted to, if any Pokemon is going to have that kind of type combination, it might as well be a legendary, am I right? as the Christian Pokemon. Okay, good. I also wanted I want to have two Guardians. I want to call these the Legendary Guardians because I don't think that title belongs to any legendary any group of legendaries. At least I don't think so. So yeah, those are going to be the Legendary Guardians. And I mean they're going to be two for each of the main legendary trio. Because, you know, legendaries need to be in trios. You can't have duos or standalones anymore. Even the black and white legendaries come in a trio. So yeah, we'd have two for each, and instead of just having, you know, 4 trios, because that's insane. I believe, like, speaking of the black and white games, they have 3 different trios of legendaries. The Kami trio, the Swords of Justice, which are technically 4 Pokemon, and you know, the Tao trio. That's 9 legendaries, and without even counting all the other legendaries and mythicals in that game. So yeah, this game is going to have a lot of legendaries, now to notice it. But all the legendaries are going to be strictly legendaries, and all the mythicals are going to stay mythicals. But I think I might actually have to come up with a brand new title for the mythicals in my game, because I kind of came up with a pretty interesting story that I can't wait to share with everyone else. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm going to have 2 Guardians for each legendary, and then 1 Guardian that kind of goes in between all 3 of them, and he's the only one that kind of can unite all 6. You kind of need to find this legendary and catch it, so that it can lead you to the Guardians, which will eventually lead you towards the actual the main box art legendaries. And obviously it's going to be it's going to really depend on which version of the game you buy. Yes, because I am going to have 3. And rather than just, you know, releasing 2 and then just releasing a 3rd one just to have another way of just, you know, releasing 2 subpar versions and then releasing a much better, enhanced, improved version, I'm just going to have all 3 released at the same time, and give the person playing them a chance to experience the game as it is. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Of course, I don't really anticipate Game Freak will or Nintendo will collaborate with me, but that's just my idea of what I would have done had I been in charge of the project. I don't really have any delusions of being able to actually release a game like that on my own. Anyways, wow, when I start to talk about this project, I really can't stop, can I? Let me see if I can find anyone to exchange gifts with, and after that I'm going to be done. Again, I'm starting to feel like it's starting to rain, so I think I'd better end the recording here and talk to you guys some other time. Okay, I think I've talked about enough topics today. I gotta leave some for the imagination. Gotta leave some information for the YouTube videos that I'm eventually going to make about all of these. Okay, so yeah. I also came up with a concept for the pseudo legendary, but again, I'm gonna keep that to myself for now. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and yeah, I think that's it for now. Goodbye, everyone. Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, cause I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.